Hey, and welcome back because today we are finally tackling one of the most frustrating and most common content headaches that creators deal with every single week. The fundamental question is, how do you take that one singular, valuable, long video and transform it into a massive stack of punchy, highly engaging short-form vertical clips? Crucially, how do you achieve this transformation without having to spend literally days inside the Premiere Pro timeline? Seriously, just try to picture staring down at a massive 3-hour timeline and thinking about how you are supposed to chop that down. How on earth can you possibly chop that down into 20 different vertical shorts complete with captions, music, reframes, and still make them look genuinely good? I have been there countless times, but I have been rigorously testing a much smarter, more efficient way to handle this process recently. And after all that testing, I can confidently tell you that you are definitely going to want this specific method in your professional content creation toolkit. So here's the essential deal. For the vast majority of us, that long-form footage, your podcasts, your interviews, or your tutorials, is pure, untapped content gold. Unfortunately, the actual process of editing it, all that cropping, the captioning, the picking of the best moments, and choosing aspect ratios is an absolute grind. Exporting all those required multiple versions of the same clip often feels like it constitutes an entire part-time job on its own. Now, there are definitely tools out there designed to help alleviate this pain, and you have probably heard of apps like Opus Clip or others that do similar things. While those tools are certainly useful for rapid clipping, they can honestly feel a bit too one-note or restrictive in their approach. Sometimes they are a bit too pricey for consistent use, or maybe they feel too limited in the critical area of cross-platform scheduling. Even worse, they sometimes completely miss that subtle, crucial context that actually makes a short clip clickable and worth watching until the end. That is precisely the moment where Vizard steps in, and why I have personally found myself reaching for its capabilities more and more consistently. Vizard is essentially built from the ground up specifically for creators who need to scale their short videos without sacrificing any professional quality whatsoever. It utilizes advanced artificial intelligence to intelligently find those absolute high-impact moments buried deep within your long footage and then turns them into perfectly ready-to-post clips. But this isn't merely just about simple clip extraction. It represents an entire comprehensive workflow integrated into one solution. That workflow includes automatic editing of potentially viral clips, deep automatic scheduling functionality, and a content calendar that keeps everything organized and truly publish-ready. And the beautiful result you experience is getting shorts that feel incredibly intentional, rather than feeling like a bunch of truly random, disconnected cuts. So let's quickly look at how this all works out in a real-life scenario. You simply upload your video file or paste a link directly into the platform. This means it accepts footage from YouTube links, direct Google Drive uploads, Zoom recordings, or really just whatever source material you currently possess. Vizard seems to work especially well when processing talking head formats or any kind of conversational video content, which is great for most creators. Think podcasts, in-depth interviews, or educational lectures. Basically, anytime someone is actively speaking, the AI has a much easier time determining what soundbite will truly land with an audience. Once that processing phase is complete, Vizard then thoroughly analyzes the entire file and intelligently surfaces all of the very best candidate moments for your review. You can easily filter everything by specific clip length, or tell it you only want those perfect under 30-second grabs for Reels or TikToks. Then you just hit that big generate button and the AI quickly spits out a whole batch of polished clips that are ready to go live immediately. These new clips arrive perfectly complete with automated, stylish captions, smart reframing for vertical use, and even suggested background music to set the tone. What I genuinely love is how strategic these automatically selected clips actually feel to watch on a loop. The AI doesn't just grab the loud moments, it actively searches for strong engagement signals and the true underlying context of the entire conversation. You even get special predictability metrics provided next to each clip, which helps you prioritize which ones you should be scheduling first for maximum impact. While it is definitely not a magic button that guarantees instant virality for every single post, that data certainly helps you pick proven winners instead of constantly guessing in the dark. Once those initial clips are generated and selected, you can immediately jump into Vizard's surprisingly powerful built-in editing interface. This is the crucial stage where the output becomes far less robotic and feels significantly more like your own authentic, personal brand voice. The editor allows you to easily tweak specific word choices and captions, shift the exact cut points between dialogue, or swap out the suggested background music entirely. You can even command the system to generate relevant stock B-roll footage that perfectly matches the audio content of the specific segment you are working on. Yes, it actively pulls in relevant stock B-roll overlays, which is fantastic because it keeps your shorts from looking like a boring, static talking head video all the time. If you are picky about how your on-screen text looks, there are tons of powerful styling options available for fonts, emoji reactions, and custom call-to-action elements. After tweaking just a few final elements, you save, compile the finished product, and your polished clip is basically ready for immediate posting right now. But here's where Vizard truly separates itself from the competition. It's all about the powerful distribution and planning side of things for your content. Instead of manually exporting 30 different files to schedule them everywhere, Vizard lets you set a simple, consistent posting cadence right there in the app. You tell it exactly how often you want clips to go live across your channels, and the system will automatically queue them up for you across all platforms. Pairing this excellent scheduling feature with the visual content calendar view instantly makes your entire social pipeline feel completely organized and manageable. You can easily check what is scheduled, what already went out successfully, and make necessary last-minute adjustments without juggling messy, separate spreadsheets. Many competing apps might offer basic scheduling capabilities, but they often charge extra fees or demand you juggle several separate software integrations to make it function properly. Vizard aims to be that true all-in-one solution that keeps the content calendar, the editing suite, and the final posting process all together in one single spot. Even the export options are surprisingly thoughtful if you still prefer finishing your polished work in a traditional non-linear editing suite. Vizard lets you export a perfectly organized XML project file that imports everything into Premiere Pro, including the media clips, the finalized captions, and all of the organized assets. Dragging that single comprehensive XML file into your Premiere timeline has absolutely everything laid out, which is a massive time saver for final creative polish. Now don't get me wrong, Vizard is certainly not the only viable tool available on the market when you look at the competition right now. Tools like Opus Clip are fantastic for getting that very rapid initial clipping done, but they can quickly feel limited when it comes to deeper content management or advanced editing customization. Some of the bigger enterprise platforms can become quite expensive very quickly, or demand you juggle several separate tools just to publish your content consistently. Vizard aims to be that true all-in-one solution that keeps the content calendar, the editing suite, and the final posting process all together in one single spot. Let me quickly walk you through a simple, hands-on example so you can fully picture this entire streamlined workflow in action on your own projects. Imagine you have a complete 90-minute podcast episode that you absolutely need to repurpose for several social platforms right now. You upload it, tell the AI to prioritize content tagged as a podcast, and then set your desired clip length to under 45 seconds for various social formats. After only a few minutes of processing, you are presented with 12 to 20 stars to 20 strong suggested clips, often complete with helpful viability scores next to each one. You can then open the specific editor for any clip to scrub through the captions, cut off unwanted trailing audio, and toggle on that helpful auto B-roll feature instantly. Once everything is styled perfectly to match your established brand aesthetic, you save the clips and add them directly to the content calendar to be automatically queued up. Set Vizard to post twice a week at optimal times, and the system will automatically handle all of those repetitive manual uploads across platforms for you, which is a huge relief. Because I know many of you love adding those final creative finishing touches, here are 3 quick visual moves I often perform myself inside Premiere after exporting. First, I utilize punchy reframes and subtle microzooms, slightly scaling the subject at impactful syllables to make the clip feel much more dynamically engaging. Second, I always match quick jump cuts and sharp edits rhythmically to the natural beats and accents in the audio track to really build that forward momentum. Finally, a little color pop, like slightly boosting skin tone saturation or selectively desaturating the background, draws the viewer's eye straight to the main speaker. These tiny, simple, yet effective visual tweaks make a massive difference in overall audience retention, and they only take a few minutes once the initial edit is fully complete. In short, if your primary goal is to successfully scale your short-form content without burning every single day inside Premiere, Vizard streamlines that entire heavy lifting process for you. It finds the best moments, creates fully postable clips complete with styling, helps you schedule everything, and still plays perfectly nice with Premiere when you want to add that final polish. Compared to other tools that might only specialize in the clipping or only specialize in the scheduling, Vizard successfully brings the entire content creation operation together under one roof. The final output you get feels substantially less like generic automated garbage and much more like smart assistant level work that still sounds exactly like you. If you are tired of staring at those intimidating massive timelines and want to build a truly steady, consistent stream of shorts, you absolutely need to give Vizard a try for yourself. Take the time to test out the automatic scheduling cadence that best fits your unique audience, and keep a close eye on the performance data so you can quickly iterate and improve your strategy. This unified workflow gets you quickly from one single long source video to many highly focused platform-ready clips incredibly fast and with minimal effort. That is all the core information for today, so please go out there, make something new, and test out a totally fresh clip strategy for your own channel. If you want to dive deeper into the technical side, let me know if I should record a separate tutorial walking through exporting those specialized XMLs for your NLE of choice. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today to discuss these workflows, and as always, please remember to stay creative out there.